Hello? Hello? Anyone in there? There you are. All right, good morning, class, and welcome back to science. So today what we're going to be doing is reviewing what conductivity is, and then we're going to transition into today's lesson. So let's get going. Remember, conductivity allows heat and electricity to flow through quickly, basically allowing energy to travel from point A to point B, and that path is not destroyed or disintegrated during that time. Let's specifically talk about heat conduction, all right? So we have a visual of a pot of water being boiled. Now, I noticed a mistake that I made. Can should not be in that statement. So we'll just scratch that out just for a moment, and let's focus on how does conduction work for boiling water. Remember yesterday, pots are made from either metal or iron or copper. So depending on that material, those types of material allow heat to travel all around the pot, allowing the water within the pot to get heated up and allowing that heat to go from a liquid state to a gas state. So heat conduction is basically allowing the water inside the iron, copper, or metal material to heat up that water. So because metal, iron, and copper allow heat to travel all around, and that's what makes it a good conductor. So recapping on that piece of information that we learned from yesterday. And now an electrical conduction. Basically, copper wire allows energy from a battery to travel to light bulbs. So, and remember when you turn on a light switch, energy is then being transferred all the way to a light bulb or to electronic or to a car, basically. So remember, copper is not allowed, excuse me, it brings energy from point A to point B because iron and copper allows that to actually transfer. If we were to use plastic wire, our lights would not turn on because remember, plastic and wood and glass do not allow heat and electricity to travel from one point to another. It just stops and then it basically destroys the object that it's trying to get passed through. But iron and copper can allow that energy to flow through. So recapping on what we have learned from yesterday. Today's learning objective, we're going to be understanding the physical property of solubility. Ooh, interesting, solubility. So let's go ahead and get into that. What is solubility? Some of you might already know what this word might mean. So if you do, or if you don't, this will be a nice little recap or a nice new lesson that you're going to be learning today. So solubility is having the ability to dissolve into another substance. Usually that other substance is like in a liquid form. So I have an example here in front of you. So we have on our left side of the screen, water and sugar. So we add sugar to water, and when we add heat, and or sometimes just by spinning and having the sugar just mix into the water, it eventually turns into a sugar solution, which then becomes soluble. Because remember, sugar dissolves. Sugar can dissolve into water because the sugar is still there in the water, right? Exactly. It didn't turn into something new. It just allowed the sugar to spread around the water a little bit more easily. Really important to understand that sugar and salt, they are able to dissolve. They're not disappearing. They're just broken up into teeny molecular little pieces. So that is what makes sugar a that is what makes sugar a soluble substance because it is able to dissolve into another substance, that's what salt does too. If I were to put pencil shavings into a glass of water, would the pencil shavings dissolve once it gets into the water? No, it would just, all those pieces would just fall to the bottom because pencil shavings can't dissolve. They don't have that ability to do that, but sugar and salt have that ability to do it. So it is really important to understand that certain types of matter can be dissolved and other types of matter cannot. So really important to recap on that. All right, boys and girls, so now transitioning further into our lesson for today, you're going to be watching a video that is going to discuss more about mixtures and solubility materials, and then you will write in a discussion board. So remember, if you have any questions that you have about this video, please recap and restart and rewatch it. And if you have any other questions as well, please talk with your teacher. It's been wonderful talking to you today, and I will see you next time. Bye-bye.